Hey guys, Nick and Danny here at Movement Art Jiu-Jitsu, and we're bringing to you guys the Fuel Hunt Technique series, and in this series we're going to look over the De La Riva position. So one thing I want to note is most people, when they're passing our guard, they're going to keep an athletic stance where one foot's in front of the other, and we call this a stagger stance. And from this stance, you're able to shift your weight from the back leg to the front leg, and this is what's going to attribute to the weight distribution factor of De La Riva. So we're going to look at that in future videos, how to sweep when the weight's on the lead leg, how to sweep when the weight's on the back leg. But in this video, we're going to look at when we can bring both of our opponent's feet in the same line. So we're going to get them to step into more of a square stance. And whenever we're able to do this, we're actually going to be able to grab both ankles at the same time for a very basic but effective sweep. So I'm in my De La Riva position, and they're going to start in this staggered stance where they're going to feel strong. But if I'm able to bring this foot up to my hip line, just like this foot is, I'm going to be able to collect both ankles and effectively control their base in its entirety, and I'm going to be able to sweep them with both ankles in my position. So in order to do this, all I'm going to look to do is I'm going to hook this back knee, and I'm going to look to reinforce my own leg with my hand. So I'm taking my frame out for a second so I can start to pull this leg towards me. Once I'm able to bring this foot in line with my hip, I'm going to release my leg, grabbing that secondary ankle, and then once more, replacing my frame back to the hip bone. So we have to remember that I'm first starting on the hip bone, I'm hooking so I can bring that leg closer to me, and then once I'm able to grab that ankle, I'm going to relinquish this hook so I can frame once more. With this frame, all I have to do is push weight into his heels, and then once his weight exceeds his heels, he's going to trip over my fingertips. So I'm just pushing his butt past his heels, and that's going to drop my opponent down to their butt. Now there's a bunch of different ways we can connect to leg locks and back takes, but for now, I'm just going to pummel my feet to the inside. I'm going to look to scoot my butt back so I can come up with both ankles in my possession, just to ensure that they can't stand up as I'm standing up. So once more, super basic sweep, but I want you guys to understand that whenever that secondary leg is at our hip line, why waste time flanking or sweeping in between the legs when we can just grab both legs and get a super simple sweep. So I'm here, grabbing the popliteal, frames and hooks, knees pinch, just how Danny explained in the previous video. And then from here, I see that there's a chance for me to bring that foot towards me. So I hook, I reinforce my leg, I bring that foot towards me, I collect that ankle, reframe the hip, sweep them back, move your butt back, so that once you bring your feet to the inside, it's nice and simple to just come up to your shin and perform a technical stand-up sweep. Now from here, you get your 2 points and you're free to pass. So in the future videos, we're gonna start exploring different sweeping options based on the weight distribution concept of whether the weight is on the lead leg or the back leg. But first, it's important that we just demonstrate a basic sweep when both feet are accessible to us.